Oh, hello.
How are you?
Second, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm excited for this. Thank you for taking your time to come and share some knowledge with us.
No, I'm excited too. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so guys, Stefan is one of the best entrepreneurs that I ever seen in my life. He's very young and successful. He's the founder of Digital Marketer in Australia. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe to start?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I run a Digital Marketers Australia, a conference here in Australia. I've been in marketing probably since I was like 18, 19, I think. Started my first business, straight out of high school. And I'm 26 now, so I guess it's been what, like 7 or 8 years in the industry and kind of learning everything about sales funnels, paid media, how to market yourself online, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's awesome to be here. I'm looking forward to helping out and teaching everything about digital marketing, Facebook advertising, Google sales funnels, anything that you might need. I used to work for ClickFunnels as well, so I did all their content marketing for almost 2 years. And then I used to, build a lot of funnels, and that's how I kind of started a conference. And now, yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I run an e-commerce website as well. We're about to get into e-commerce, so I'm kind of across everything.
Well, that's amazing. Congratulations for your success. So
Thank you.
tell me, um, all this pandemic, and you guys were really affected in Australia as well, and businesses were shutting down and everybody's panicking. What are your thoughts and what should we do marketing wise these days?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because like even here, everything's shut down. Like not many businesses are open unless you're an essential business. Um, I think with business like now, it's important to understand online marketing. You can't not understand it at the very least. You need to really learn how to take advantage of what's available to you online, in terms of the main platforms. So you need to really know Facebook, Facebook advertising, at least have a basic understanding. Google advertising, have a basic understanding of the different ways you can advertise on that. And then lastly, I think the most important thing businesses are realizing is you need to make sure that you have a really good offer. Most people think that, oh, like people will come to me, people are going to buy my stuff. I just have to open my doors. But now it's more important than ever to make sure you have a really good offer that people can come and learn from you. You have to be something really irresistible, something people want to learn from, something you've got to position yourself in the industry as an expert.
That's also like a really great insight, and I'm sure that you're testing a lot of the marketings these days. How do you see the cost per when you buy traffic?
Yeah, well, I mean, right now, most of the cost is a bit cheaper than normal because people aren't advertising because of the whole coronavirus. So it's a good time now to be advertising because everyone else is slowing down. But I mean, overall, in the future, it's only going to get more expensive and more competitive. So you have to learn. The longer you wait, the more expensive it's going to become. The easier it's going to be for your competitors to start marketing next to you, and then you're going to, it's going to be harder to stand out. So really, the earlier the better. Every day you wait, it becomes a slower process. If you can, learn this stuff early, then you can beat your competitors to the online advertising game.
Yeah, I know that you're quite advanced and in the environment that we are and how we met in the conferences. But what would be the small tips that you'll give to someone that doesn't have too much background in the marketing and understand just the basics? How would they get started though and take advantage of this opportunity and don't waste their time?
Yeah, I mean, there's two different ways to do it. So you got to kind of consider, do you either have a budget that you can invest in? Or if you don't have a budget, and let's say you're starting out, then you'll have to learn it yourself. And you've got to use some time to actually learn the craft. So that's where I started as well. Like initially, I didn't have much money to get into marketing and I needed to learn all this myself. So I spent the time on going online, reading blogs, playing around in Facebook, really trying to understand exactly how it works. So I have an understanding. And then if you've got money, then you can just hire someone, right? You can just go approach an agency and say, all right, I want to do Facebook ads. And what I would say is, even if you do work with an agency or work with someone who's an expert, you still want a basic understanding. So you want to be able to speak their language. You know, it's like me going into Spain and not understanding a word, and like I don't know any Spanish, but you know I could get ripped off. I don't know what's going on. It's the same when you're doing your marketing. You know, it's like going into another country and they're speaking another language. You need to be able to actually understand enough to speak with the experts. So you know you're not getting ripped off. You know, even if you're paying them to do it for you. So what I would say is check number one: do you either have money or time? If you don't have money, you have to spend the time. If you don't want to spend the time and you want to get quicker results, spend the money. And then learn, you know, which craft you want to go into. So then you go say, all right, well, you know, does my business need Facebook ads, Google, you know, is it paid advertising, which means you put $1 in and then you get people to your website or to your landing page, or organic, where you want to be on SEO. So if someone searches something local in your area, you want to be coming on first, then, you know, maybe that's what you want to be focusing on. So you got to kind of pick your platform as well, and then start learning that craft a little bit.
I think those are tough times and people are more onto survival mode and people are afraid to spend money. But I feel that not enough people understand how important it is to spend the money in the right things these days, like to take advantage of it. Like,
For sure. Yeah,
yeah,
of course. I mean, like right now, and that's why advertising costs are down right now during quarantines, because on Facebook, no one's advertising. Like you said, people are scared. So that's why it's better time for you to be advertising, because everything's cheaper. It's like everything's on sale. That's how I see it. Like, you
exactly.
know, right now, like even, you know, the economy, everything's going down, everyone's offering discounts and cheaper. Like, you know, everything's on sale, really. So if you can be smart and start learning or taking advantage of this opportunity, you can, you know, be doing some digital marketing and getting a really good return on your investment.
Where would you focus your energy? Like you're talking with like beauticians, salon owners. So basically it's like providing a service, which obviously we cannot these days because, you know, we are on a lockdown. Like, where would you spend your energy on? Which platform would you think would be beneficial for them?
Well, I mean, I think right now, if you're a salon owner or, you know, you're providing a service, one thing I think that you want to really build reputation is, I'm guessing it's all local, right? So you really build a local following initially, and people in your area really understand. You want to be the leader in your local area or in the places you service. So I think right now is a really good opportunity to provide content out to your local area and tell people why you're the best and why, you know, you're the leader in the industry. So that way, you know, let's say you're in Beverly Hills or wherever you are, you know, let's say you're in whatever the suburb is, you might want to start advertising something for free to give value to people, and then follow up with them over the phone, to start, you know, giving them advice. So maybe it's a consultation, which you can do virtually. Maybe it's, you know, just talk about their looks or something they want to change. Maybe it's booking appointments for when everything gets back to normal. So, you know, you want to line up a whole bunch of appointments and a whole bunch of services when everything returns to normal. Maybe you got to consider what services can you offer online or digitally. But if it was me, I mean, I would kind of start offering something for free. So maybe it's a free ebook. Maybe it's, you know, some sort of 5 ways to make yourself look better, feel better, whatever the specific service is that you want to provide. Put that out to the world. Start marketing specifically to one area, and Facebook ads, you can do that. You can say, all right, this is the area that I want, the suburbs, or, you know, the postcodes that we want to market to. You know, it puts a loop around that area. Offer your free value, like an ebook. I would make sure it's really targeted. Just like, do you live in Beverly Hills, or do you live in Melbourne, or do you live in wherever? You know, this is 6 ways that you can make sure you're keeping fresh and looking good during quarantine period. You know, blah blah blah, whatever it might be. So giving people value, giving people a reason that they can trust you, and, you know, that want to learn from you. Maybe grab their name and email to start building an email list, so you can actually build this subscriber list. And then from there, once they read your stuff, they might find it really interesting, and then say, hey, you know, I actually want to check these guys out after this period's over. Or maybe you can follow up. If you grab their phone number, you can be like, hey, you know, we noticed you downloaded the ebook. You're probably at home quarantined like everyone else. I'm here for you. You know, I just want to, you know, connect with you, and that way, when everything's over, we can work together. And, you know, I really want to be the leader in your space, you know, because you've got time on your hands, they've got time on their hands. If you can show you're a real person, a real business going above and beyond, then that's a huge opportunity, I think, for you to take advantage of when everything gets back to normal. Instantly you build this trust, and they're going to want to come and visit you and come and work with you as soon as this is all over.
Yeah, I think that's great because, you know, sooner or later this will be over and everybody will want to, you know, go get their eyebrows done and, you know.
That's it.
But I think
100%. I mean, yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say 100%. Like, it just depends. Like, if you want to, you can, if you wanted to try offer a virtual service while we're in lockdown, then, you know, maybe it's like, you know, styling advice over the phone, or like a Skype session or a consultation, something like that. You know, try get everything started like virtually, and then when everything's over, we can, you know, continue back to normal.
Exactly, especially because people can book a consultation and that's part of the process. Maybe people can take advantage of these, do the consultations online. So whenever this is over, they can go ahead and, you know, like get the customers like lined up because it's gonna end sooner or later, you know, like we started to see the light in some other places of the earth. So
Yeah. Look, I think just get the conversation started. You want to open as many prospects as you can right now while everything's cheaper to advertise. You know, build that connection with as many prospects as you can, build that trust and rapport. Get onto the phone, start consulting them, start giving them value. And that way, you know, if this keeps going for a while, then you can start looking at maybe changing your services a bit to try and make them online and virtual. But if it doesn't, then you've got a whole bunch of prospects in the pipeline now that you can work with once it's all over.
I actually saw another podcast. Somebody were saying that the best investment these days to buy leads rather than buy stock markets. I mean, it's as valuable as buying American Airlines with pennies.
There
Buying
you go.
leads because we understand how much the prices have raised in the past few years. So, like, basically, I think advertising wise is one in a lifetime opportunity that the prices are again what they were like 4 or 5 years ago.
For sure. Yeah, I totally agree. I think right now is the time to be spending money and, you know, investing in, you know, growing your business if you can afford it. If you can, then I think that's absolutely the smart thing to do. You know, like you growing your business now in a time where everyone else is slowing down means you're going to stand out too. Less competitors, more people are scared. And if you can show people that, hey, you know, I'm here, I'm still there, I'm still top of mind, and I'm still building those relationships and, you know, looking for clients, and providing value as well, then you're going to win.
Absolutely. How do you maintain the relationship with your actual customers and potential leads these days?
I mean, for me, I think it depends on like how well you know them and things, but email marketing is one big one. You know, keeping them up to date on email with all the changes that are happening in your business. You know, that could be announcements, that could be new product features, that could be new services you offer, that could be discounts that you offer. Um, that's one way. SMS is another way to keep in touch. I think SMS a lot of people don't use very much, but you know, everybody checks their phone when they get an SMS. So I think that's a huge opportunity there. And then obviously social media, you know, like Facebook, you know, Instagram, all those different places. The hard thing is like now you got to be everywhere. You can't just be on one platform anymore. You have to be across Facebook, Instagram, you know, email, SMS. Like if you're just on Facebook, then half your audience that's on Instagram, like, you know, they might want to see some social proof about the eyebrows that you've been working on, or, you know, things that you've done before and after, stuff like that. Like you've got to put the right content on the right content on the right social media platform. And for me, it's hard because you've got to be everywhere, but I think they're the main places you want to be when you're working with your customers.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's like important to be relevant and to be like all over, you know, because you never know where your customers are. So you have to kind of like be ahead of it.
Absolutely.
What would you think that will be other, like, what other insights would you have for people to kind of like not panic and like still stay relevant and in the market these days?
Yeah, I mean, it's a scary time. I don't think we've ever faced anything like this. Like in 100 years, this is probably will be the first time it's ever going to happen in our lifetimes. I can't see this happening again. But I mean, don't panic. Like again, right now, unless things are really crazy tough for you, and it's, you know, income that you're relying on, and it's all going down the drain, and right now you're forced to adjust, or you're going to die. Like that's just the reality. It is scary, but I think there are ways to overcome it, and that is online advertising is a really good way to do that. You know, it's ways to market yourself to people that are out there that are still buying. You know, that's one thing to remember, people are still buying. Like just recently I bought like a whole bunch of different products on eBay, and I don't even know if they have eBay there in America. Everything's Amazon, but over here it's still like eBay is popular. I bought a whole bunch of like, products straight offline just to order at home. So that's another thing to consider is what can you order to home? What can you provide that people can use at home? Whether it's a physical product or maybe if it's a service as well, consulting like Skype, Zoom calls, pretty much going through all that stuff. So try not to panic. I think that it's going to pass, and that's one thing to remember, or it will pass, but just be calculated, like try plan things out, spend it like a half a day on your own, get some space and just plan out your strategy. What do you want to do? I think people are rushing to listen to every little piece of advice all the time, and they get overloaded, or everything's so scary and they don't know what to do, they shut down. Like, you need to really just sit there and plan. That's one thing that I found really helpful during this period, is to sit down and say, all right, well, number one, where's my business going? What direction are we heading? What's the goal? What do I need? And then work back from where you want to be. Like, all right, right now I'm running this much revenue, seeing this many customers each week. Okay, for me to do that, I need to see this many leads. And if I can, see this many leads, then X percentage of the leads are going to turn into customers, I expect. So for me to get those leads, what do I need to advertise? How do I get that many leads? Is it Facebook, Google, Instagram? And kind of work backwards from the goal that you have. That's what works for me.
Yeah, so basically stop focusing on buying toilet paper and buy traffic and things that you'll thank yourself in 5 years, right?
That's it. I've bought enough toilet paper, I think, to last a lifetime. So I've just stocked up.
I didn't bought one roll, and I'm happy to say that, but I guess,
Oh,
I don't know.
gosh.
Yeah, I guess
You're going to need more rolls. Always invest in toilet paper, I tell you what.
I would rather buy more traffic rather than toilet paper.
You're gonna buy both. Don't trust me. When the time comes, you're gonna want some toilet paper too.
I would definitely want though. Yeah, that's true. But I guess like it's important to kind of like focus and see whatever matter for what is relevant for each business. Like it could be different from market to market, even community to community, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think for your business, you've got to see what really matters. Hopefully you can see me. I think the sun's there. We go. So hopefully, yeah, you got to focus on your business and your community, but see what they really want as well. Like, everyone's going through the same period. So right now, like, everyone's struggling, everyone's going through this crazy time. Speak to your customers like they're real people. Don't just see them as leads as well. I think that's really important. Most people just see them as like dollars and cents or like lead, but like everyone's feeling like crazy right now. Maybe what position are they in? They're at home, they're not going out, like they're not probably feeling the best. They'll probably want to feel better as well. So their motivations now have changed, especially for like the beauty industry. Like, people used to probably want to do their eyebrows and do all this stuff to feel better when they go out. They want to be presentable when they see other people. Right now, we're not seeing as many other people when you go out. So why would you want to get this done? What's another reason, another motivation you have to have this service done, or to have this consultation, or to go through, what end result do they want right now? And putting yourself in your customer's shoes to say, all right, well, maybe right now it's not about looking good to go out and party, or looking good to go out at work, but like, maybe it's, I just want to feel good at home. Maybe I just want to wake up feeling better and looking better. And, it's changing then how you speak to your customers during this crazy time.
Because especially in those like crazy times, our instinct is like, you see everybody working out in front of this camera and all that. We want to look better. We are scared that if we don't go gym, we're gonna be like fat and stay home and watch Netflix. So I guess we as women, we always want to look better, right? Like, it's like in our nature. Like,
absolutely, yeah.
We can't wait for like the salons to go open. Like, the idea is like how we can actually take advantage of this time, and like whenever this is over, that we can be relevant and come back to our customers.
Yeah, and also, like, I think pre-booking, like you said, I mean, women are definitely different to men in that way. We're not waiting for salons to open, but I guess women are waiting for salons to open. But I mean, like, pre-sell gift cards and things like that, do like a quarantine special. So, right now, like, because we're not open, we're going to sell gift cards. So when we are open, like, we can sell this service at a discount, or you pick up, a $200 gift card for only $150, like whatever that might be. So, like, find creative ways, I think, to market during this time, and taking advantage of, like, being able to offer something special to your customers. Because, yeah, like you said, everyone's at home doing workouts and this and that. Like, they still want to feel good. They still want to have a good feeling about themselves. It's just, it's in a different way, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah. It's just like we all like it's gonna be okay. This is gonna end. It's just like matter how long it's gonna take, and like be productive rather than waste our precious time and take
Yeah.
advantage of the time being.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's just being productive, and thinking outside the box about, people have, it's not, you're not marketing to the same people anymore. Things have changed to these people. Like your mentality's changed right now. Even when I'm thinking, like, I'm not thinking in like the same way I was thinking a month ago, because all this stuff's changed. So put yourself in the customer's shoes. Everyone's human. You're not talking to robots, you're talking to humans. I think you really want to be able to talk to them in a way that they're going to understand, that you care about them, like beyond just providing a service.
I agree. And like by providing that and be there for people when they need it the most. And everybody wants to know that you're checking out on them and they're like, healthy, and there's family, there's parents, there's kids. I think it's really important to, maintain that relationship with the customers that you already have.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I agree. I think it's just about, strengthening that relationship with your existing customers. So providing more content out through your channels, whether that's email or mobile or Facebook or social media or whatever, or really putting out something really valuable for new customers that's really going to attract them in. So some sort of bait out there that's valuable that can really attract them in, to build that rapport, and then go into either a consultation or pre-sell something for when your salon gets back to normal. It's about building that conversation.
What are your thoughts as well about just um, education itself, like online education?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really important to get educated. Kind of like I said earlier, it depends. Like, if you want to spend the time, you should be at a level where you can understand all these different terms, and what it means to, what a lead means, a cost per click, and a cost per acquisition, like basic things that you can be able to talk to either someone who's really good at marketing to work with them. I think it's important to be able to really at least have a basic fundamental understanding of all these different marketing terms. You don't need to be an expert, you don't need to know everything, but you need to know enough to be able to get by. So I think online education is really important, whether it's for marketing or whether it's for, your own craft. I don't know anything about eyebrows. Obviously, you know a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
But for those people out there that want to, go deeper, like, it's a good time to work on your craft, and it's a good time to, look at marketing side as well and grow your business and talk and, research ways and how to grow your business. Exactly like, this virtual summit you've put together, like sitting here absorbing the information from all the great speakers. It's a really good time to plan out your strategies and everything like that. So for me, I've just found that, this, period of everything shutting down is a really good time to sit inside and be able to come in and really focus on, what's important, and like double down on the business, learn where the weaknesses are, where the strengths are, kind of do like an analysis on where you can grow.
I think this is a great like time where people could really understand what's the value of their business, value of their community, friends, and everything. It's great time to evaluate everything you have and you do not have, and what actually really matters.
Yeah, absolutely. And just, do like a SWOT analysis, they call it, strengths. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are the opportunities to grow? And what are the threats on your business? And then just even something as basic as that, in the 4 categories, then you can say, all right, well, my strengths right now are, I know my craft better than almost anyone else. I know I can provide a great service. Weaknesses is maybe it's your marketing, maybe it's your customer service, maybe it's, you're keeping clients for a long time, maybe they're dropping off, really, whatever it is. Opportunities to grow. Where can I grow? Facebook, Google, Instagram. And then your threats are like, coronavirus, something like this. Obviously, it's, you couldn't have put that down, but like, is it competitors? Is it, not being able to deliver your service anymore? And then look at that, and then how do you work on those weaknesses? How do you remove those threats? How do you build on those opportunities? Like I said, just planning a little bit during this time has really helped.
Yeah, I think like keeping calm and planning and like don't panic is kind of like the key in every business, like overall.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just, some time to reflect, and then also invest in learning. Online education is really good now as well. If you can spend some time in learning marketing, learning all this while everyone's shut down, If you don't know it already, then that's a really good way to do that too.
I think there is nothing else to do rather than be home, watch Netflix, eat, and like if you're a little bit outside the box and actually, like put some time, I think people could really like learn some new things that they can help them for as a long run though.
Yeah, of course. I mean, all this kind of stuff, like it's going to help you 10 times more than watching a Netflix episode, trust me. Like you can still watch Netflix, but also if you can focus on learning something in the process, like it's going to increase your business up to tenfold. Like, I mean, it's just a matter of learning the right skill to grow your business.
Exactly, like on the word that everybody's backing off right now and everybody's scared. I think a lot of businesses will die like after this will finish because they're not going to afford to stay on the market. And by us, like being there when nobody else is, I think is like another way to, as savage as it sounds, like it is what it is. So it's kind of like a survival thing at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. You've got to do this to survive. If you can't get customers in your doors, then the cash register isn't working. You're not processing payments. The business will close down. Like the business has to run on sales. That's the ultimate thing. Is it runs on processing payments and providing a service to your customers. If you can't provide that service, then you're going to go out of business. And it's sad to hear, but like you said, it's the reality. And we're here to help you learn the digital marketing side, learn how to get those customers in the door, help you, really navigate the water of marketing and help you be able to drive those customers. And it's a time where there's a lot of opportunity and there's also a lot of people going out of business. So you got to kind of decide which side of the road are you going to be on. Do you want to be on the road where the cars are coming, or do you want to, be overtaking people in a car? Like that's the two different opportunities you've got.
Exactly. So I think those like were like really great points. Like, what do you want to be? You want to like be like one that it's bankrupt and relying government's help, or you want to be the one who's gonna buy the one that's gonna be bankrupt and is gonna buy their customers.
Yeah.
So we try to be entrepreneurs rather than rely on the system.
Yeah, and another like easy thing you can do, just thinking outside the box, is like partnerships. Who else has your customers? What type of businesses have the same customers that you're going for? Maybe you can do a partnership with them and say, all right, well, if a hairdresser has it, or if it like, whatever other kind of salon, maybe it's like, I don't know, whoever it might be, that if you think that has the same customers that you're targeting, what type of other businesses serve your target market? Approach them and say, look, it's coronavirus, it's crazy right now. I want to do a partnership with you where I'll promote you and you promote me. That doesn't cost anything. It just takes time to reach out to a few different businesses to get that partnership going. And that's a really easy way to do it. It costs $0 in advertising, just some time to do outreach. And I think that's worked fantastic for me and many other people as well, as just doing joint venture partnerships.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's really important right now because you could offer something to your audience, but if someone else will offer like something that would complement that, is like a win-win from both sides. You could either
Absolutely.
make a joint partner, but like get a fixed amount of money, or you could actually like get share revenue, or like partner with the other like hairstylist, or something that would make sense for both of you guys. So.
That's right. Yeah. You could just do a commission, or like if someone's like a massage person, maybe they, serve people, or someone's like a, therapist of some sort, any of those kind of industries where people are, you know, you're not competing and it's all like you can actually help one another share clients.
Exactly. Uh, Stefan, I know your time is really valuable, so I don't want to hold you long. What would be your last thoughts over here for our people to keep up with this entire quarantine thing?
Number one, don't go crazy. I think it's a time to focus and look and work on the business rather than in the business. So for me, that's what I'm seeing this as. I'm actually becoming more productive in this period because I'm forced to work on the business and plan and be more strategic than being in the business day to day. So I think, yeah, don't lose your head. Don't get too crazy if you can avoid it. Spend a bit of time planning and thinking about where you want your business to go. Like one of my favorite quotes is start with the end in mind. So, think about where do you want to be in 1 year's time, in 12 months, and then plan backwards from that. It's really important to be able to grow your business and focus on, with clarity where you want to be going. Otherwise, you're kind of like a sailing boat in the wind and you're getting pushed left, right, left, right. This is a really good opportunity to be grounded and say, this is where we want to go and this is the plan we want to execute and here's how it's going to work. So yeah, spend some time thinking while you're in lockdown. Hopefully you got toilet paper, and then you can focus on growing your business and, you know, learning some marketing, learning some new skills that really help you grow your business.
Thank you so much, Stefan. If anyone wants to reach you, where do they can learn anything more about marketing or anything?
Yeah, you can just go to my website, Stephen, Stephen, Esketsis, Esketszis. It's a long one. I'm sure you'll put it up somewhere if you want to find me, but just Google me. My website will come up. You can send me an email, or find me on Facebook, or, you know, whatever's easiest. I'm happy to help you out if you have any questions.
He's young and single, ladies. So there is that. Thank you so much. Stay safe, you and your family. I'll talk to you soon.
Take care. See you later, guys.
Bye.